Maurice Richardson was a British writer and journalist. Born in 1907 at Springfield, Essex, he was educated at Oxford, where he met and became friends with Brian Howard. After finishing his education, he spent his time as an amateur boxer. He wrote for Left Review and later Lilliput magazine, where his stories of Engelbrecht, the dwarf surrealist boxer, were initially serialized. He was also, until the 1950s, a member of the Communist Party and died in 1978. The Exploits of Engelbrecht is Richardson's most famous book. It was published in 1950 and was hard, if not impossible, to obtain until it was republished initially by Savoy Books in 2000. The editor of this edition, Rhys Hughes, has actually become inspired to write a collection of Engelbrecht tales himself entitled Engelbrecht Again. Among a handful of the admirers of this book, we have such luminaries as J.G. Ballard or Michael Moorcock. It is, in summary, a collection of short stories focusing on Engelbrecht, the dwarf surrealist boxer, and the various sports he tries to tackle. And thankfully there is so little actual sport involved that even someone like me who doesn't follow or like sports at all will find these highly amusing. In The Night of the Big Witch Shoot, we have Id, the chairman of the Surrealist Sportsman's Club, inviting the narrator as well as Engelbrecht to his place, Nightmare Abbey, to stay for the Walpurgis Night Witch Shoot, which is very much what it says on the tin. 10 rounds with the grandfather clock includes Engelbrecht getting into a very lengthy boxing match with a grandfather clock, with the ability to rapidly age both his opponents and the audience at once. Round the World in One focuses on surrealist golf, a sport where par is reckoned at 818,181, but anything beneath a million is still a good score. During a game, we have the narrator's acquaintance forced to follow his golf ball into the Valley of Dry Bones, while the narrator himself has to cross desert, jungle, and native village, alike to even get his ball out to safer pastures. A Thick Night at the Plant Theatre is the story of what happened when the narrator and Engelbrecht went to visit a performance at said Plant Theatre, where the chief bother lies in the fact that the actors take an abominably long time to grow on stage. The Manhunt Ball narrates how the Surrealist Sports Club get together at Nightmare Abbey for their traditional manhunt, this time the hunted being a carted Prime Minister. The one that nearly got away is a fishing tale of Engelbrecht's tussle with the 600-year-old giant pike of the canal, to quote, the same one who in 1448 snatched the Bishop of Ely from his mule. The following stories include the tale of a cricket match against a demon, the story of how Engelbrecht played football against Mars, represented by Nero, Attila the Hun, and the Venerable Bede, an all-nighter with an electric brain, a jaunt over to the Dog's Opera House, the story of how Engelbrecht endeavoured to have himself elected MP, or the tragic tale of his elopement with a cuckoo clock. The book finally concluding with a game of surrealist chess played, naturally, with atom bombs.